Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with Campaign 2, Episode 36, Part 2. Last we had the Patreon Hour exclusive. There were so many conversations that went on. I talked a lot at the end of the Patreon exclusive. I probably should have said it all in this since I have to edit it up for everybody, and it would have been nice for me to have that for everyone. So I'm going to say it again now. We had Laura console Caduceus. We had Bo and Ford have an interaction. We had Ford and not have an interaction. Caleb and Bo went at it a little bit. They were also on Talks Machina, playfully bantering, yet again, doing it again up top. Then we had so many different ideas of what to do or where to go with the scenario we're in right now. I am very curious what you guys think. I didn't see the Patreon yet because I jumped right into this, and I did the Patreon hour like 30 minutes before I actually posted it up on Patreon. So I didn't read anybody's comments yet. But here's my thing. I think when we heard 72 miles a day, we have 2 weeks of food. Even if we have twice the people, you cut the food in half, we have easily a week of food. We have a guy fixing the ship already. He does a carpentry. We have a first mate. We have Ford as captain. We have Jester who could easily handle the barrels. We have Yashu who's single-handedly guiding the ship with her hands and grabbing the rope. I mean, we have brute force. I know there's a couple positions I missed. We got a cook in Caduceus. We have the navigator in Caleb. I'm sure Not can pick up the slack along with Marius wherever else there is needed positions. I think Matt did make it sound intimidating, like there's a lot of things you got to do on a ship, but he did go through the jobs and the roles, and I feel like we have more than enough people, even if we are lacking. We are strong, powerful, capable people. I think we can make a 3-day trip with a week's worth of food without being too worse for wear. Matt also said the ship was in good shape, good enough to travel, so we don't have to worry about leaks or anything. I would only be worried about that. It doesn't matter how strong and powerful you are. If you get in the middle of the ocean and your ship is leaking and you sink, that isn't going to matter at that point. But we have a good ship. We have the food, we have the people, we have the power. I say we go to Port Zune, 3-day trip, but they are lingering for an hour. We're literally just lingering barely outside of Nicodranus. We're talking about possibly going back, getting a crew, doing a whisper campaign. I think that was possibly the silliest idea. And I think Not and Ford and all them were even looking at Bo like, what are you talking about? I understand the theory behind it. That would make sense or work, but that is such a long game. I know what they're talking about, and I've seen that actually in action. You go to bars, you tell stories, you whisper tales, and then over time, it spreads, it grows into reality in people's minds. But you're talking an extremely long game. Maybe that's what Bo's trying to say. Like when we come back this way at some point, it'll be better for us. But we don't have the time to take that risk is my point. Even if that's what Bo meant. Like, yeah, like in a couple months we come back, everyone's like, doesn't think anything of it because they all think it's this other thing because of the Whisper campaign. I think that is so risky. There is already Zalezo ships circling around, inspecting people. Fraudulent documents are being written up. I think we're taking way too much of a risk. Ford said it during the Patreon hour. We have made mistake after mistake. We cut off Algar's hand, murdered 2 of his bodyguards, then went to get Marius, killed 4 more people. We've killed 6 people. We are making lots of mistakes. People are dying. I feel like the last thing we should be thinking right now, and Caduceus said it, we made a mistake. Let's just own up to it and get the frig out of here. We don't have to go back. We don't have to fix it. We don't have to go back and get a crew. What are we going to hire 1 or 2 more guys? I don't think 1 or 2 more guys are going to make the difference, and I don't even think we need them. You guys let me know what you think. You want to see more of what I do, full on edited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons edited, what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube, but I still don't have time to edit it all. Doctor Who, Person of Interest, the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode, dozens of other shows, One Punch Man, Chainsaw Man, all these shows just started. Go check it out. If not, jumping in, Campaign 2, Episode 36, Part 2.
And then
I also went back a little.
That's D&D, man. That's how it works.
She's talking about they abandon their plans all the time, but that's D&D.
You are the boating.
No, this is an adventuring party. Let's go to the dock.
Okay,
Like
Restless Wharf or the Open Quay?
the one that we were not just killing
Yes.
people in.
Open Quay. Okay.
I like
So,
how
you
Matt
make your
actually
way,
asked, "Do you want to go to
towards
the
open
Restless
quay.
Wharf?" That's where we just
Thankfully,
killed everybody. You tried to slip
time-missed
them up.
The one patrolling Zelizo ship that you see is currently invested in another ship that it's interfacing with. You make your way to the open quay. You make it to the docks. There is.
Whoa, we got right in.
All right, so all of you go on there and you're applying
So
a
much
disguise
happened
kit
in that
to both.
hour,
Go ahead
and as soon as
do
I
it
start,
mind
we went
rolling
right
a d20
to the open quay.
Add your dexterity modifier and
Plans. You
your
know that
efficiency
point
modifier.
when you just
We
say
will tell
screw it.
Marius and Gallon to stay below the entire time.
Good call.
And Yasha.
18 plus 3.
So,
Gallon.
21.
I've
Very
heard
good.
them refer to him as
Yeah, Yasha's
Gallon
keeping an eye on the rest of your crew.
and Galen.
With that,
I think it's
you
Gallon,
approach the
but
docks.
Laura
The
earlier said
dockmaster there,
Galen.
takes your documents.
I think it's Gallon.
Is going to inspect
In the Patreon hour, she said it.
and rolled pretty well, but you rolled a 20. Looks at the paper and seems to be like taken aback at how well designed versus the occasional chicken
We
scratch
were
and
talking
heavily
about how
stained,
Jester had to forge
ocean air tattered
deed to
pieces
the
of
ship.
paper are handed to him.
And apparently she did
Seems
good.
to accept it, and you guys make
We
your way
weren't sure
onto,
about
onto
it.
the
Ford
the
said,
open
"I'm
quay
not
docks."
positive I'm doing this right," kind of thing.
So you're there. You drop anchor. What do you wish to do while you're here?
I hand off 20 gold to Caleb or to Caleb. Here's for hiring crew.
Okay. Are there any? Yeah. Yes.
You with
there-
me on the Whisper campaign?
I am the Whisper campaign.
I am the Whisper
What I'm talking
campaign.
about.
But wait, before we go, is there anyone walking about the docks? You know, like dock hands?
Oh,
suits?
plenty.
Okay. Should we buy anyone off
Plenty.
to just be like, this ship's fine. We checked it. Or
I think that might be
just
That we've
suspicious.
been here a while or something.
Yeah, or that where if anyone comes asking, they're like, oh yeah, these guys just came in from I don't know Marquette or something.
Yeah, great idea.
That would
Yeah,
be
we
the.
don't know how
If anybody, it'd be the dock master.
Right. The last day is that one person who's. In
I mean,
charge
that's
of
not a
the
bad
whole
idea
area.
with the way people get paid off in these towns.
Well, that's on the other side. That's
No,
up at the
that's not
Restless
the other
Wharf.
guy.
The dock, the guy we just gave the papers to.
Yes.
Go bribe him.
Give him 5 gold.
10 gold.
See, I don't like. Here's my thing with that. If you're too nice and you're too giving, then people start thinking, "What are you hiding?" I almost
I'll go
feel like
find that guy.
I don't know.
for 5
I'm
gold.
not saying it's wrong.
Okay, you approach, and
But it
this
could
is-
draw
this is a
attention.
human fella, lanky with a very pronounced Adam's apple and kind of like a cleft chin, big sideburns, and kind of this mop of reddish brown hair. Kind of a thick sweater on that kind of bunches up around the neck and turns back as you approach. Hi, can I help you?
Yes, we're trying to get in and out of port as fast as we can. Looking to acquire a few crew members. Would you do me a favor though? And I'll produce the 5 gold and say, would you mind just telling any inquiring minds that we've been here for a while and that we're coming from
You're
port?
on the mistake.
The mistake. That's correct. Yes, and we are coming over from what was the port in between Port Damalia and this one?
Port
Zune?
Well,
Yeah.
there's 2, but the Port Zune's the closest.
Yeah, we're out of Port Zune and we're just trying to get there and back in the same day if we can.
Make a deception check.
I have something I gotta say about that, but I'm gonna wait till the end.
15.
15.
Is this really loud?
Gives you a nod and
Why do I feel like this got louder?
goes ahead to shake your hand and goes like, understood. See, slips the coin in his hand.
Understood.
All right, in and out real quick.
All right.
Takes the paper and kind of folds it and hands it back to you.
All right. Worked. I mean,
Is there a
sometimes I feel like
posting,
it might
for
draw
people looking for
attention
crew
to do
positions?
that, but hey,
Assign.
it worked.
For that, you're probably going to look for the outside of the Seafloor's Bounty, or probably on the board of the Withered Bird Inn.
Withered Bird Inn, Seafloor's Bounty, Withered Bird Inn.
Seafloor's Bounty,
Or the
or the Withered Bird Inn.
Sorry if it was too loud. Sometimes it just spikes.
So,
Sounded like a bar with withered in the name.
Yeah,
there.
right?
welcome to the open quay. All right, so what are you guys doing while you're here?
We're gonna need food.
Hiring crew, and we're gonna get some food
We're
for
gonna-
the thing.
We're gonna need food and supplies, so anything that you think that we might need,
We'll go,
I'll go
purchase.
pick that up.
I'll tell them the amount of supplies that I think they need to pick up for
Okay.
a month's worth of travel.
Okay. So that'd be a lot of additional rope, some repair materials for the ship,
A month's worth of travel.
Maybe additional set of tools.
The hell
couple
is
of
he
empty
planning?
barrels, just in case you need them. And actually, quite a few barrels if you're going to be buying a lot more food. Because right now, since they had stocked up with what they felt they needed just for their crew and the short trip they're making their way there, if you're stocking up for a while, you're going to need more means of transport and storage.
I disguised myself to look like an old, grizzled sailor.
So we're not even going to be able to fit it all, maybe. I don't think we need to get a month's worth. Let's just restock when we get somewhere.
That are needed.
Is there
The
anywhere
total
we
cost
go
for
that
all those
would
materials
take
together
a
for
month
all of you?
one way?
Is it food for a month?
I think
as
we
well?
just restock when we get there.
I'll even go so far as to say good food for a month. I'm gonna bake some shit. Fuck it.
Oh, okay.
I also know that I can create food if I have to, so I can do a lot of like base.
For a month, it's going to be about, I'd say, 300 gold.
I do not have 300 gold.
300 gold
It's
and
good food for the whole, for all you guys and the people that you're hiring on the crew.
Good food.
To
300
For a
feed all of
month.
you
What's
every
adequate
day
food?
for a month.
How about mac and cheese?
It's $10, 10 gold a day.
adequate food?
Adequate food will put you at about 100 gold.
Well,
I can
let's do
afford
that. I'll do
I'll up
50 gold and you do 50.
I'll do 50 gold plus I'll up my spice to make do.
It's still
I'll
it's
up
still
my
a,
spice.
a
Adequate.
better food than most sailors have on long trips for that cost.
That's fine.
But
Do that. That's fine. We don't
for
got to
you
be
and the entire crew
spoiled.
you're hiring and the two that you have on your ship for a month.
That's like 5 gold
so
a
you
day.
require that
well,
bit?
no, not even now.
I
3.
would
That would
say
be.
that, and I am look like a
It's
somewhat
cheap.
plump,
It's cheap.
good
A couple
Zemnian
gold a
boy,
day,
and
and
blonde
that includes
and a
everyone,
little
including the
browner.
crew.
Oh, a Zemnian boy.
Yeah, a little bit. And,
It's roughly
I'm
3 and change gold a day.
Don't make me run, I'm full of chocolates.
Augustus.
I Ford talking to the Wharfmaster, so I'll wait until Ford is finished and then I will go up and talk to him as well.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry, excuse me. We have been doing very well on our travels at sea, and we're looking to share the duties and want to hire a bigger crew. And I know there's many docks around here, but why wouldn't I start here, of course? So do you know, is this a good place to, is there anyone who's looking for work? Right now, we are going on a journey,
I love
3
Caleb.
or 4 or 5 or 6
Caleb's
years,
doing
perhaps?
fantastic.
One-time job?
Glances at you, glances back. Yeah, if you're looking to hire, you'll find most of them at either the posting at the Seafloor's Bounty or at the Withered Bird Inn.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Did you cover that already? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, but now both of you are informed,
Excellent.
so good luck.
I come wandering up.
Oh my god, I hope Not does it too. Please do it too. We need a crew.
I look like Captain Crunch, by the way.
I look like Captain Crunch. Oh my god, I love it.
All right. We know what we're doing, right?
A giant life-size Captain Crunch. Yes. I was gonna say like a life-like Captain Crunch, or legitimately like
I'm so
off
happy this
the
campaign you guys have a
cereal box,
mostly
because that's a huge difference.
like deceptive
A guy
illusory-based
cosplaying as
party.
Captain
This
Crunch would be
really
less
This
horrifying.
makes for a lot of shenanigans. All right, so you guys go ahead and start looking for a crew to hire. How many crew are you looking to hire?
7. No, 6. Crew of 6.
Crew of 6.
It was the
So
boat.
you have two with you already.
Yeah, and you can be the captain.
We've carpenter, captain.
Okay, under a minute.
So we need a bosun.
We need a bosun, we need, we got the cook, we need a quartermaster, we need a navigator, and a captain.
Like, see, I don't
don't
think
need
we
a
do.
cook or
I think we're
carpenter.
being like. I need to know what you guys think about this. I think we're being way too
Barrel keeper.
specific.
Okay.
Ford is saying I've never been a captain before,
Yeah, you've-
but then let's
you've worked
hire
as
a
a
guy
bosun
that
before.
knows the water that could also do one of the other jobs.
That's
You
primarily
still
what
could
you've
be the
done,
captain
as well
and
as,
have a guy
some
assist you.
element of barrel
And
keeping in
Caleb
your
could be the
travels.
navigator now.
Those are primarily
I
what your
feel
skills
like-
fall under.
So we-
I think Matt's even thinking like,
so
why
let's
are
call
you?
it a crew of 5.
I think Matt thinks you're
Captain,
getting away.
navigator,
Matt, like I
quartermaster,
always
cook,
judge everything
and
off
another
Matt's
bosun slash
faces
barrel keeper.
and his body language. As soon as you said 6, he's like,
make an
what?
investigation check.
He's thinking that's way too extreme.
I look like
And I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just saying based on what Matt
Okay.
said in the Patreon hour,
special
we have
episodes
enough
Scooby-Doo where
jobs
he's
and
pretending
we
to
have
be a
good
pirate.
people that could do it.
You find a few folk that are pretty good.
Now we're just gonna have more
so you hire
mouths
pretty
to
much
feed.
for all the other positions you need. The navigator is the one you're having a hard time with. Everyone you talk to is like, yeah, I can sail the sea, and you're like, So you're having a
Caleb.
hard time finding a navigator.
Caleb will follow the stars.
Yep.
Let's go elsewhere.
Yep.
Wait, are we at like a bar or something?
No, we're just at the docks right now.
or
We'll go to the seafloor bounty first.
Seafall's Bounty.
All right. Well, I'm kind of assuming in this degree you've gone to you're going to
I
these
mean,
places to find these hires and stuff like that.
We'll
As
talk
opposed
at
to
the
role
end.
Play every interview.
Maybe
with each of
they're
these
thinking
crewmen.
we don't want to be doing all these jobs,
I
but
know.
what else are you
That's
doing
true.
on a
We never know, we
boat
might
while
kill
you're
them, so-
sailing? You have nothing else to do anyway. That's my
bars
thought.
along the way.
Sadly.
Whisper campaign.
Whisper campaign still.
You know what this is reminding me of, though, is getting the crew for our keep in the last home game.
Totally what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Oh yeah. That was
Should also make them fight
All
to try and kill each other.
So,
Whisper campaign.
Whisper campaign. One of you make a deception check, and one of you make an investigation check.
I'll do investigation.
Okay, I'll do deception.
Of course.
Since you left-
Of course, Bo
20.
gets a natural 20 on her Whisper campaign. Natural 20 on the Whisper campaign. Now, is the Whisper
Not
campaign
great.
going to be a massive
Investigation,
success? Because of the
17. That's pretty good.
both are good. Natural
Wasn't a
20.
good roll, but I
First
rolled on
natural
plus.
20 of
you go.
the episode.
All right.
I
So
remember.
What do you want to
At
discern?
least I don't know if I'm right, but I feel
I
like that is
disseminate
the
that
first.
these ruffian pirates coming in, messing up our nice and peaceful Nicodranus again. I heard it was that Captain Jawgrasp, and he came in and he deceived his own crew and he murdered them all in a plot of vengeance and greed, and then he took the boat and he went off on his own.
But they
Alright.
found his
As
body.
you're
Didn't
spreading
they
this
find
rumor,
his?
you
Oh no, he
start
went in the water.
Hearing people responding to that, being like, Jawgrasp, wasn't he found dead? at
Found
the
dead
docks
on the
other night?"
docks. His body was found.
Hold on.
Yeah,
you
that's
do
a
find
bit-
out that
That was a
of the corpses
horrible
that were
lie right
gathered,
off
the
the
two names you
bat.
find are
The
Captain
first
David
thing I
Jawgrasp
thought was
and
his
Matthias
body.
Freecall. They were both known criminals that had bounties on their head. And so there is, in one hand, there
At
is
least
there is
that's
a
good to
search
know.
for, or at least there's an understanding that some unknown do-gooders were responsible for killing two people with bounties on their heads. However, there was a blue-skinned tiefling that killed herself.
Jester's
on the dock,
duplicate.
And people are trying to find out information. They're searching for the body, and they're trying to find out who that was. And apparently, a ship was taken from some of the surviving crew of these.
Now I would totally switch gears. I would have
people.
Jester
Like,
turn
you're
herself
getting
in,
the
go.
idea that
I
the
was
guards
worried,
didn't
so I
realize there was a
faked my own
conflict
death,
happening?
and we stole the ship
And
because
just
we were
assumed that whoever
afraid.
took the boat, you guys, were members of this
Rumor
Captain
we were going to
Jawgrasp's
spread is
crew.
what they already think.
But then I
Alright,
follow
the
up.
Whisper campaign succeeded.
They already think
Maybe we're
the
already
rumor we
great.
were going to
We should
spread.
adjust it, right?
Caleb
They're
said
looking
it
for
best.
Jester. Why
They
don't we-
already
why don't we
believe
just
the rumor
put in
we
a
didn't
little
even
doubt,
spread
right? They're
yet.
looking
That's
for a blue-skinned
hilarious.
tiefling. Why don't we just say, oh, I heard it was a green-skinned dwarf.
Or
something
why
like
don't we
that.
just-
do
we
a
now
little-
can
a
fix the
little
situation.
confusion, so maybe they're not sure.
This
who
is a
it
situation
was
we could
who
fix
killed
now.
herself on the dock. I heard she was already crazy, or something like that.
I'm wondering if
And then-
anyone's going to say
and
what
then
I'm
maybe-
thinking.
Maybe the ship that was taken.
We could say we
didn't it
took
have
the
that
ship.
Distinct three-mast
Because we were afraid the guards would accidentally attack us.
Oh yeah.
And we just went right to another port. Hello, here we are. We might be able to get out of
But the
this.
sails seemed black, like the heart of Captain Jawgrass.
Sure.
You know, just like his soul.
A little flourish.
Yeah.
Okay, you
And maybe this.
We gotta come up with something better than green-skinned dwarf.
Yeah.
It's not like a real thing.
This is
Caduceus.
how we do it at home. Is you raise your.
What is it, Mr. Clay? You're definitely. We want your input.
Yes,
as
please.
you are
Caduceus
definitely
and
part of
Caleb
this team.
seem to think the most logically. I'm curious to see what Caduceus
See what you're
says.
doing. I like it.
I feel like Caduceus might have good input.
I like a good ghost story. Maybe.
He's not going my direction.
Complicated with each layer.
Oh no, maybe they saw everybody knows the legend of the little devil girl who drowned 100 years ago.
And she keeps. You can see her every 100 years.
Every now and then, someone reports about seeing,
He's in Voorhees, Jester.
and the body was never this. If you want, yeah.
Yes, more often than
But
100
see,
years.
Everybody likes a good dock tour. I'm like a haunted dock tour.
That's true.
Well, I like a haunted tour. I've never actually.
the only problem with this
She drove
is no
the
one else in
captain
town has ever heard of it
mad
for 100
with the
years.
vengeance.
I'm assuming
No.
people would be like, I never heard that in my life. Some crazy guy came to my bar and told me a story about a 100-year-old ghost girl I wouldn't believe it.
Spirit lives on, and she just is haunting sailors, looking
I
for
think
her
we're getting way
long-lost
too
lover.
complicated with this.
All right, so you
I
planted
love
the
it. I do
seeds of
like
this
it. It's
ghost story
interesting.
on the
I think we're
docks,
making it too
and
complicated.
kind of in an attempt to co-opt the story of this blue-skinned horned tiefling. You've also disseminated the information that Jawgrasp died somehow in line with this ghost story.
Just saying.
It begins
spooky
to
coincidences.
The curse.
We'll see if it sticks.
Tourism,
You've
hauntings,
set the
anything to
seeds.
help it out.
And we once again kind of put misinformation out about the boat,
Okay.
What it looked like.
what it looked like.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Remember, everything you've heard are all been also common rumors and people just talking who
Look how
hear the whispers
fast
you're
it
saying
spread,
in the
though.
tales and retorting
We
with what
already
they've
have
heard in the
people
past morning, 'cause
that
there
have
was hubbub.
already
People
established
were
an
discussing what they
opinion or
saw
view
about
on
what
this,
happened.
and we're at a different dock.
Rumors only grow.
But you haven't seen the guard. But you haven't seen any of the guards that were present. All right, cool. Well, that's happening. You guys are also still trying to find a navigator.
That's fun.
Find that
Navigator.
Yeah.
And
Asking a
did we find the rest?
bounty and the withered burden if
Make an
they're-
intelligence check.
Oh, 14.
14? Okay. You have met one navigator before.
I remember.
Not.
Right?
Orly?
Oh, was it in the
I
last
think it
month?
was Orly.
Was it Orly?
Was it within the last
Yeah.
month? Then you have to tell me who it is.
That's what I did. It's
don't
Orly.
know. She said Orly. You didn't confirm it.
I was waiting to see if you pick up on it.
No, I'm not as smart as Caleb is.
Oh.
Orly? I don't remember that, honestly. Orly was so old, I didn't really. Oh my god.
Caduceus' intelligence just.
And Orly knew
That was
Marcus.
all me. That wasn't good.
I know.
Orly also said, if it's good, tell Marcus I told you. If not, leave me the fuck out of it, kind of thing.
You can
We need turtle power.
How
you
long's the
can
walk?
message.
No.
From here, it's I'd say carefully
You can message.
about an hour.
An hour.
Maybe a little
we don't
less.
have to re-spellify ourselves. Maybe we should just send it.
What's better? Is it better to walk in the door though?
Wait, how do you send a message to him? You mean like spell a message?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not gonna respond to that.
Maybe he
Money
would.
involved.
Yeah. Hold
Yeah.
on.
I think it'll work. Say, Orly, we're the people you talk to in the bar. We need your help.
Powerful
We'll pay
spell.
you 100 gold for 1 month's
Come
travel.
to
From the get-go.
Quay.
Come to the mistake in the open quay.
Let's not use the name.
Lose
of
all
the
the V's. Lose all the
Come
V's.
to mistake in open quay.
Like, tell it.
We've
Come
got
to
money
mis-
for you as a navigator.
job opportunity.
You still have more words.
Should we say like we're the
Love.
Mighty Nine? We met you the other night.
Yeah.
No,
Say we're the people
maybe
that.
not.
I would say we definitely say it's
Who
the
do we
people
know
that
he
asked about
likes
Marius.
or hangs out with.
Marius.
Marius.
Yeah.
You can say Marius needs help.
Marius, boom, good,
open-
golden.
Yeah,
Do it,
so-
boom.
Your
Marius
message
needs
is you
help.
put it, your,
Job
your friends meet
opportunity.
other night. That's it.
Come to the open
Dear
quay.
Orly.
Okay.
Yeah, come to the open quay. The mistake,
That's the
and
first
and
two.
put it from the mistake. He'll come to the docks and ask for the mistake, like sign it the mistake.
Is too.
Come to open quay. The mistake will hire you as a navigator. Lots of money. That's
Lots.
one word.
Oh money, one
Oh
word.
money.
Oh money.
Of money.
Okay.
Let it slide because she
Lots of
used
money.
a navigator. She
No.
could have just said navigator. She didn't have to say a navigator. So give her oh money.
Now?
How many
How
words
many
do I
did
have
you
left?
do?
I've got 8
Is that
words.
17? That's
Got 8 left.
8 left.
Okay.
You can reply to this message.
Come now. Also, the mistake is a boat.
No.
Come now.
Did we mention Marius? I don't
Also,
think
the mistake is a boat.
that is exactly enough.
Yep.
That is exactly enough.
There's a brief pause.
I think it'll work.
Guarantee
I
you.
think that's fine.
Hear
I
the
can't
voice
remember
come
the
through.
first sentence, but regardless, I think that's fine.
Swing on over as soon as I muster the energy to finish my breakfast.
All right, he's coming. Lots of money. What's
Little time
lots of money?
passes,
I'd say we give him
and,
at least
sauntering
50 to
up onto
100
the
gold.
dock, you see the massive kind of waddling
Love it.
form of the turtle. With
How
a
cool
sack
is
over
that?
the
We
shoulder.
rapid fire that one.
The rest of the deckhands kind of look and kind of give a nod. Some recognize him. Others are still kind of like,
I love
turtles. They're weird.
that we got Orly. I did not think
and
we'd
then
see him
eventually kind of
in
makes
this capacity.
his way to the ship over to the skiff and goes, Oh no, you guys have the ship in dock. Okay, you brought all the whole thing there. Walks over and kind of steps up onto the gangplank.
So, who am I talking to?
Who's the captain?
Me, apparently.
Yes.
Hey there.
I still think it's
so
weird that
lovely to
Ford
see
is
you.
like, I can't be the captain. I don't know where I'm going.
I heard
Then be the
from
captain
some
and have someone assist you. That's why you have people that help you.
mysterious magic
Someone on our
boy.
team's got to be the captain.
That you were going to hire someone to navigate.
We were hoping your services weren't spoken for.
How long you looking to need me?
A few weeks at the most, maybe only a couple.
Do you know who you're talking to? We all look different from the last time that we've met.
I have no idea.
We came to see you. We talked about a man named...
Just let him get on the boat.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
We like the look of you. We have a good job and big money.
Switch gears. All right.
Mighty confused, but money definitely drives. So,
How much do you charge on a weekly rate?
weekly, let me think.
35. Damn. He wants more than I thought. I said 100 for the month. I said I'd give him.
35 gold.
What if we give you 100 for a month?
I might be gone a month or two.
100 a month. I'd say right
I
now,
have 20 gold.
I'll give you 100 for a month, dude.
27 gold a week.
Make a persuasion check.
That's
Yes.
close. That's close. 100. That's 25 a week is 100. They're gonna give him 108. I give him 108. 19. Deal. Done well, my friends.
Deal if
Choose my quarters. I'm
I
down.
get to choose my quarters.
Done. Yeah, where he stays, his room, his accommodations.
We can accommodate that.
Then, my friend,
Love it. We just hired Orly. That is exciting, and I am loving it.
Kids walk in the
And they
gangplank and then
negotiated almost like
inflates
I
the
would have.
bag
I don't know
and-
if mine would have worked. Theirs worked.
Kind of announces
Love
his
it,
presence
love it,
onto
love
the
it.
ship as he arrives.
A full Scottish send-off when we leave.
Yeah. And you know, the more you hear it, the more you're like, it's not that bad actually. It's the initial note that kicks
Yeah.
in, and then
It-
once you
that's
get used to it, it's not bad.
Kind of bagpipes in general. I feel like the first initial blast, you got to get used to it. It's got to kick in,
All right.
like an
With
accordion.
your crew and supplies acquired, and possible seeds of whispers disseminated, some information gained about the scenario of those that you killed in the dock the night before, and the knowledge that they're still searching for the rest of the crew. You make your way off the dock. Are you going to try and pass by this Lizzo ship once more? Because you're going to have to make your way out.
Well, then, yeah.
Can I like
The music
assist
playing right
him
now
with,
sounds so familiar.
like counting?
Actually,
as
with
they
Orly
walk by?
hired and helping you out with this, did you
Tell
tell
Orly.
we're trying to avoid that ship.
Yes.
Orly goes,
I think this helps me know what kind of business we into.
okay. Give him advantage on that. Nice. All right. So,
All right,
quickly
Orly's
telling you,
gonna
like,
do it.
All right.
I'd be honest with the whole crew at this point.
Round about that way.
he begins giving you the
At least,
proper
like,
timing,
honest enough
based on your
to
previous
know we're
information.
being
Without issue, you managed to dodge this
a
Lizzo
little
ship, making way
quiet
to
here.
open
We want to be shady.
waters.
Not shady,
and
but
now in
unseen.
the later afternoon, you guys have now exited the outskirts of Nicodranus.
We're
We'll
breaking.
see how much of what
I
you've
forgot,
left
guys. It was
behind
way longer
helps
than I
to
thought.
what you left behind the night before. But nevertheless, you have a crew, you have supplies, and you are on the water. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a break.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful.
You hired the turtle.
Just want him around. Just give him around.
There you go.
I want to hear you do that voice forever.
Well, now I have to now. You fucking hired him. I was thinking, I'm like, they met a navigator. Oh, fuck. All right, so we're at the
I
midway break.
forgot
We're
it.
gonna
I'm
give away this
shocked I
awesome
forgot about
Peruvian
Orly being a
walnut
navigator.
tabletop
We're gonna watch what
dice
Wormwood
tray.
Wormwood
It is slick. It is
Wormwood gives away.
leather.
I'm sorry, I was looking at my phone. I got to go to the arcade in like 45 minutes, and I just got
The
a
keyword tonight is theft.
novel of text from the kid working tonight. I don't even know what it says. He might be calling out.
Critical Role Twitch channel into the chat room to be part of this giveaway during the break.
I was trying to read it, but it's like
twitch.tv/critical
7 texts, like a
role.
mile
Enter
long.
the word theft.
So that probably means he's calling
once.
out.
Any more than that, you'll be disqualified. Once again, it's only good for those in the United States and Canada, excluding Quebec. We're working on it. But we'll have the winner when we come back. So see you guys here.
Take care. All right, guys. So that is it for part 2, campaign 2, episode 36. What a episode, or at least a part of an episode. I feel like more went on as far as action and getting things done in that 25 minutes. And yes, it was 25 minutes. I thought it was 15 because I'm thinking we're doing 2 hours, the 30 minutes for part 1 and 2, and then the hour Patreon, 2 hours. I forgot we did 10 minutes into the episode before Matt even started, which means it goes to 2 hours and 10 minutes. We had about 26, 27 minutes of actual episode to watch, which was great, grand, wonderful. I feel in half the amount of time we did so much more. We basically decided, all right, we're just going to do it. We're going to dock. We're going to take our chances. We're going to do the Whisper campaign, but the Whisper campaign didn't need to be done. People already are formulating opinions. The word and rumors have already spread to the next dock, which means if shit didn't go our way, we'd already be in trouble. Because if they already saw us or knew what was going on or had any sort of idea whatsoever, it would have probably already been at that dock, being as we are already being told that they already know that, what was his name? Jaw Grasp, whatever his name is, he's dead. It doesn't matter. They already know he's dead. They found his dead body. They found the other dude's dead body. They both had bounties on their head. So no one cares. They're actually saying whoever did it is a hero. And they're thinking that the crew then stole the ship and took off. The only thing that they're confused about is they saw a blue tiefling girl that killed herself and fell in the water. Here's what I do at this point, and I'm surprised that nobody thought of it on our team. Usually people are a little chaotic, but I feel like Caleb and Caduceus are more reserved and kind of sit back and think about the scenario. And nobody, unless I'm wrong, nobody said what I'm going to say now. And I said it during the episode. If all we have to worry about now is they're confused on why the tiefling girl killed herself and died, they're thinking the people who killed these people or killed those 2 guys are heroes. So let's turn ourselves in. Am I crazy to think that? I say we go to whoever we need to go to with Jester as Jester. We say, look, here she is. She's the one that attacked those guys and was the hero. But then when she saw the guards, she panicked and she fake killed herself with magic and fell in the water and jumped on the ship and ran away. She got very scared. We don't even have to tell them about the rest of us. We could maybe throw 1 or 2 of us into the mix. We don't have to all come together. Now, Marius is still an issue, and so is the guy who had the axe in his head. Galen? I think it's Galen, but they did say Galen once or twice. They might be an issue, but so we just don't let them be seen. Marius is a Shadester guy anyway, and the other guy, for all they know, is dead or fled. I would just hide them out, turn Jester in, go, I was the one that did it, throw a couple, like say Bo helped, say even Caleb and Bo, go Caleb and Bo, we're having a fight, and I was with them, and all this chaos happened, and we killed them, and we didn't know what to do, we jumped on the ship, we ran away. I feel like we could have resolved all of these issues and stayed in Nicodranus. Here's the thing, though. Whether or not Ford thought of it, I think Ford has way more going on in his mind. He's like, we need a month's worth of supplies. We know what we need to do isn't that long. And here's another thing. If we were going to take a month, we're clearly not going to do 1 month straight to a port or a place. So, in my opinion, we should just get enough so that we don't have to stock the ship with all the supplies. How are we fitting all this? Because now there are 6 of us, 7 with Yasha, Galen, Marius, that's 9. Now Orly is 10, and we hired 4 or 5 crewmen. So we now have 14 or 15 people on this ship. Do we have the bedrooms for this? The room for all the supplies? We also just quadrupled the supplies on the ship because Matt said we had 2 weeks of supplies. Now we bought a month's worth. Caduceus just bought a month's worth of adequate food. So now we have a month and 2 weeks worth of food, give or take with the 2 weeks, because I don't know how many that fed, and there's a lot more of us now. But we have way more food, way more people in the same ship. So I'm wondering how we're all packing in this ship. It didn't seem to be relevant, and Matt didn't seem to care, so I guess it's big enough, and I don't know. I don't know anything about ships. I even told you guys, I've never been on a boat in my life, so I'm not aware of that, but I feel like we could have settled all this in Nicodranus by turning in Jester and maybe even got rewarded or had people be like, good for you, you killed those bastards, hurrah, and now we're good. But now we just, I mean, I don't know. We went off, I mean, I do know. So we ended up hiring all the crew members we needed, even though that's another thing. I want to know your guys' opinion. We had plenty of people on our team that we could do those jobs. Is it that they're just not wanting to do those jobs? Like, we want to do other things. We don't want to sit around having to worry about that. I feel like we're on the ship anyway. There's nothing else we could really do except talk and chat and work. So why not just do the jobs ourselves, hire less crew? It looked like Matt even made a face when Ford said how many people he wanted to hire. Matt was like, what? Like, you know you got 2 people and there's 7 of you. I just feel like now there are 7 of us just standing around doing nothing while this crew does it. Now, hey, that's totally fine if you want to blow money. But he did say it's about 2 or 3 gold per person per day. So we are now spending 15 gold, not counting Orly, who's getting 27 gold a week. So if you do 15 gold a day for the other guys, now, mind you, he said he wanted 5, but we only hired 4, I think, because we couldn't get a navigator, and the 5th is Orly. But we have the other 2 guys on the ship, Gallon and Marius. Are we paying them? I have to assume we're paying at least Gallon and probably Marius, unless Marius is just a passenger. But say we have to pay them all. Round it off to 20 gold a day for all those people. That is 140 gold a week plus Orly. We just racked up 170 gold bill a week on crew. And Travis is saying, Ford is saying he wants to do this for a month. That is upwards of 700 gold. Just to pay the crew. Didn't even count the food that Caduceus just bought. I think we're not realizing what we just got ourselves into. Or at least like, no one brought that up with the crew and having to do it ourselves. I don't know. I think everything is going to start coming up and people are going to be like, oh my God, we didn't really think about this. When we could have probably done it ourselves, but I don't know. I've never sailed a boat. You guys let me know if I'm crazy. I talked too long already. I'm jumping into another show, and then we got the live stream Friday. You guys want to see more of what I do, full-on edited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons out of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is in front of me. Dozens of shows you'll never see on YouTube. I just don't have time to edit it all. Doctor Who, Person of Interest, the Patreon Hour exclusive for every episode. We just started Chainsaw Man, One Punch Man, Steven Universe, hundreds of episodes of other shows. Check it out. If not, comments down below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.